Today's weather update is brought to you by you. Big thanks for everybody on Patreon who continues to support this channel. If you want to help out, the link is down below. Now let's get into today's update. We have a few things to talk about today from this trough over the Philippines, and of course, Bolaven pulling away from Guam and Saipan. There is widespread power outages reported here on Rota and over towards Saipan as well. A far cry from what we've seen with Mawar back in May, but still a potent storm system nonetheless. Now, this is a Cat 1, expected to move off towards the north and still intensify up to about a Cat 2 before it moves south of the Ogasawara Islands. Also, you have all of this inflow coming in from the west, wrapping into the storm, which means there's still going to be more rain for Guam, Saipan, and Rota as this continues to pull away over the next few days. So let's take a look at the forecast here. Current infrared IR imagery does show this pulling off here towards the north. Do want to show you this though. Max wind reports. This is by going through the METARs on the island, the local reports from the airports here, and I'm sure there are some coastal areas, maybe some private sites that got gusts higher than this. Guam, PGUM got 38 knots, and over towards Saipan they actually had a 62 knot gust. That's at the official site though, and Saipan's airport's on the northern end of the island, I do believe, so they may not have seen as high winds is further towards the south, and Rota doesn't have any official reports, and I'm sure they got the typhoon strength winds that the entire island lost power at one point. Now this is pulling off towards the north though. It's expected to get hooked up by a trough, move away from the Mariana Islands, south of the Ogasawara Islands, start to see some improvements behind it here, but we still have all this inflow we've been talking about for a few days, all of that convection you can see here on the infrared satellite imagery. In fact, just taking a look at this, follow that flow coming through just like that off towards the north as our storm system wraps up. This means that we're still going to be seeing those scattered showers with the interaction of that monsoonal flow here in the south and the northeast monsoon in the north across the Philippines. So it's once again sort of an indirect impact from our typhoon out here in the Philippine Sea interacting with that monsoon. It creates this bit of troughing right in here, which is why we have all of these areas of convection. I know my drawing when I'm using the mouse pad looks ridiculous. I know you guys don't need to remind me. So here we go at the future cast is going ahead through Thursday. Still got that strong monsoonal flow off towards the north. Thunderstorms and some showers out towards parts of Visayas, northern areas of Mindanao. And then this is going to wrap up this low probably in the West Sea as we go ahead into next weekend. And something to watch out towards Vietnam. And then it's just taking a look at where the heaviest of the rainfall is going to be here with that LPA and the rain. And then you got the monsoonal flow off towards the north. Also looking at some pretty decent showers in the east coast of Taiwan thanks to that monsoonal flow coming in. But here's Cagayan de Oro, 28 degrees, Tacloban at 29. You got the cloudy skies, some showers. Let's look back to the north where it is relatively cooler. Relatively, I mean, in the valley, parts of Cagayan, Iligan, you're still into the 30s, but look at Baguio. Woo! 23 degrees. That is a solid bit of some cooler weather out here for you guys there into the higher elevations of Luzon. All right, let's talk about some of the future cast here. First with the GFS showing our storm moving off here towards the north. Once again, I'm looking at long range here, really keeping an eye in here in the West Sea. This GFS showing something. And of course, as always, the GFS likes to pop something up in the long extended forecast. You always take that with a grain of salt. Here's the ECMWF with the SpaghettiOs, also showing something kind of developing here in the West Sea with our little trough that's set up over the Philippines right now. And the GFS shows something very similar right there. And you can kind of see trying to pop other stuff up here in the long range. That was probably what that guidance was just showing there a second ago. It's nothing I'm too concerned about, to be frank and honest with you. Right now, our attention is solely on Bolaven as it pulls off towards the north. But for all intents and purposes, that storm system is pulling away. And for the Philippines, you still got those scattered showers we want to watch for that threat of flooding out there. That is something you want to keep in mind. Floodwaters can rise fast in some of these storms, especially low-lying areas, so we want to continue to watch that, even for northern areas of the Mariana Islands as well. We're keeping an eye on that too. For Manila, scattered showers still in your forecast the next few days, Wednesday, Thursday, over towards Saturday, and into Sunday. Temperatures still staying relatively cooler before we get, relatively, still low 30s. All right. Hey, if you guys like these updates, updates. I say this at the end of every update, and I can't stress it enough. I know a lot of you tune out. I see the analytics. Let me know if you're still watching at least. Big thanks for everybody on Patreon who continues to support the channel. You're the reason why I'm able to do this. And if you want to keep these updates going, and please check out our Patreon link here on YouTube, or you can just look up Robert Spetter Westpac Weather at Patreon and check that out. Or there's PayPal. I'll never put this stuff behind a paywall, but it does help out. Also, these graphics, which are awesome. A few people ask, what app is this? Not an app. It's weather software. It's from Metro Weather's Weatherscape. If you want to check them out, please do. They are absolutely fantastic. You have stuff from waves, the rain. This is actually showing snowfall right here, which is pretty cool. I like to show this from time to time, especially back here towards the north, either across Kamchatka, Sakhalin starting to get a little snow. All of that's edging further and further south, which means we're getting more and more into that winter season. As always, thanks for watching, and of course, stay safe out there, friends.